Still snow on that tallest peak over there. A lot of it looks like. So I'm almost, wouldn't be too surprised if we ran into snow this weekend. I'll tell you what, I love this laminar lip and this zero gravity windscreen. But the laminar lip is just no good on dirt, because sometimes you can't see within probably 30, 40 yards, 50 sometimes. That's not good when you're trying to negotiate the turf. So I need to really examine this this road down here past that one camping spot. See if I'm sure you could get an RV in, but that cow grate coming into this area back here is really gnarly. It's all bent up, and there's a couple of slats missing, and I don't know if you could get back in here very well because of that, but you probably could. I know I've driven my truck over it before, so I assume you could get an RV through there. The RV is just a little bit wider, and it's pretty thin, so I want to scope this out, see if it's even possible to get the camper back in here, because boy, that is just a really awesome spot. I have a feeling there's going to be no shortage of roads out here to choose from. I'd never explored this area before. This is why I'm really excited to have the camper set up, so I can set it up as a base camp and work from it during the day and then ride like this. I mean, it's great. So I could definitely take that corner, I think. Yeah, that's built to take a wide corner there. And I want to see what this sign says up here at the other fence. It said attention something or other. It was kind of broke off, and let's see what this says here. Attention, sportsmen, access permitted. Please treat the land as if it were your own. Awesome. Okay. Now here's another big old area. Oh, I see tents back in there. But boy, that is just an awesome spot down there. It's nice and shaded. I might have to move. Tell you, that might be the ace spot. You don't have to worry about anybody driving by. I mean, you worry a little bit more about getting something stolen, but let's kind of scope out this road on the way in here. A couple of pretty good sized ruts right there. I don't like those ruts. I think they're doable, but they're decent size. Yeah, this isn't too big of a deal, I guess. That could be done. Okay. Something to consider. Something to consider, folks. But this is like a main road here. I mean, you can tell it's a big 2-lane. Back there is not. So here's where we're at. I think the view over here is nicer. Came up here fishing one time last year, and there was some bow tournament going on. Everybody had their bows, and that's a good picture right there. I should come back over here and take a picture of the camp set up from there. Okay, this I know goes through, so we'll make it through here. A lot of roads around here. A lot of uncharted territory, for me anyway. So if you take a right here, this is Skunk Creek and Clear Creek Road. If you take a right here and go that way, that will take you up to some really great camping spots back there too. And they also have cell phone service. And here's the last little stretch before we get to the highway and the restaurant, and there's an RV park right here on the right. And RV storage, and storage units, which I never noticed before. A few people in the RV park there. Clear Creek Station, so it is open. $11 steak, $3 Thursdays. So we're going to head into Cascade here. Top off the old tanker. Is it a 6.1 gallon tank? Or 5.1? I think it's 6.1. Or something like that. It's unbelievable. I know that. Yeah, I think it's 6. Closer to 6. So when I'm riding on the highway and I got an oncoming car coming, I always get over to the right in case they're not paying attention. And then I come back over. My default spot is in the left side of the lane, so that if any game comes up and runs across the road, it'll give me more space and more time to react. Because if I'm riding right over here and a deer jumps out all of a sudden in the road or something, you know, you haven't got as much space as you do over here. But it would be worse to hit an oncoming car if somebody wasn't paying attention and came into your lane than it would to hit a deer. So when a oncoming vehicle comes along, I just jump over here. I'll take the deer over the oncoming car any day. Either would suck, but, you know. I don't know how many people manage their highway riding that way, but that's how I do it. And it just becomes a habit after a while. I just kind of do it automatically. I don't really pay attention. Well, right now I'm paying attention because I'm telling you about it, but normally it's just automatic. I wish I had my highway pegs. I only have one. My other one fell off. Thankfully, I had a friend behind me that was gracious enough to stop and pick it up. It made me feel bad, too, because the week before that we were on a ride and his cramp buster fell off, and I didn't even stop to get it. I just thought, oh, I wonder if that was his cramp buster as I flew by. So, I'd probably owe him a cramp buster. I should probably square away on that. Kind of a funny little story. So Friday night, got a little something to look forward to. Friday afternoon, we're going to take a trip back the other way on this highway. And it's beautiful. I've never done a video of that section of the highway, but I'm gonna do that Friday because I got to go back into town, feed my daughter's bearded dragon. She has one of those. That's my understanding. They're not supposed to go more than a couple days without food, so I'll cruise back into town and feed the thing. And some friends got a movie going on that I forget the name of the movie, but it's about some guy that enters the Dakar, and he's just not really in shape or experienced or anything like that. As a matter of fact, the trailer said the first time. I'll link to it down below. Maybe if you guys are interested, you can check it out. It looks pretty good. It looks emotional. But the guy, I guess the first time he ever sat on his bike that he was riding on the Dakar was at the start line. So he'd never sat on it before that. So it'll be interesting to see how far he made it or if he finished. Or trailers always get you hyped up to see the movie like that. Oh, I gotta see how that ends. Oh, what's up, dude? No wave. Standard. He was an old guy. Maybe it was all he could do to just hang on to the handlebars. Who knows? So here's the airport. If you guys are ever up here and need propane, you can actually get propane there at the airport. They got a place that you can refill for cheap. Matter of fact, I took 2 tanks down there one time and got them filled up and went to pay the guy, and he was just like, "No, it's all good." Didn't even charge me. It's pretty nice. People tend to be nicer in these smaller towns. You know, there's only a few hundred people. The bigger the city, the more rude people get. Conversely, if you get down to a really small area, like, you know, where there's just a few houses around, they start to get rude again because they're like, "What are you doing out here? What are you doing?" Both ends of the spectrum. Little baseball field there. This baseball's big in this little town of Cascade. They're always out there playing baseball. Another RV park. Little TW200 for sale down there. Wonder how much they want for it. Harpo's. Little Chevron station. Top her off here. Be good to go. Alright. Got the saddlebags on for this trip. Slide the card in here. Remove quickly. Remove nozzle. Push start bar. Open your gas tank. This is a tutorial, in case you didn't know. Top her off with some regular with Techron. This is a KOR. It doesn't eat the high octane stuff. It doesn't make any difference. I just give it the cheap stuff. It eats it either way. There we are. To the tippy top. Okay. I'm talking to myself. This guy over here is like, there's something wrong with people in this town. He probably thinks I'm a local. Receipt? No, thank you. So 3.1 gallons. I was at about 150 miles. That's good. Good to go. All right. Head back to camp. I'm gonna make some spaghetti tonight with some of those little shell noodles. I got some leftover sauce I need to eat. Oh. Good thing I didn't just ride off with my gloves on there. I did that when I very first got this KLR. I had a pair of mechanics gloves that I really liked. They weren't really good for motorcycling, but I just happened to be wearing them that day and really liked those gloves. I rode off with them on the seat behind me. So they have, they fill propane here too. Look at that. They didn't used to. I'll tell you a little secret though. They have this little park area back here. This water well right here has awesome water in it. That's where I come to fill up every time when I'm up in this area. Love it.